coffee. I got water. Sean, what you got?
Asian greens, watermelon, and wellness shot.
Nice.
I needed coffee. I'm like cold. It's hot outside, you guys, but it's cold in here. I got my jacket on and my coffee.
Yeah, a little chilly in here. But before we get into this awesome topic, which we are talking about nutritional periodization, I want to run through some announcements for you guys. This Saturday, we are all very, very excited because we're going back to station rotation.
Woo!
Yes.
Go.
Awesome. So if you guys are wondering what that's like and you want to get a little taste for it, come in, get a Saturday morning workout. We're going to be going through that. Me and Coach Gus and Coach Sean are going to be going through some training with that, so we're very excited. It's going to be a nice change, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. Moving forward, if you guys are really sweaty people, which I know a lot of you are, and we are, make sure that you bring a sweat towel so that you can wipe yourself down or wipe down the equipment. So keep that in mind. Also next week, guys, we're going to be open up until Wednesday, because starting Thursday the 24th, going up until the 28th on Monday afternoon, we're going to be doing the coaches and I are going to be going to a world conference.
Yes.
So we're going to be leveling up and learning a lot of new fun stuff. We will be closed Monday morning, but we will be open for the PM sessions, so 3:30 to 6:30. So make sure you still schedule those and get your at-home workouts in the meantime while we're gone.
Yes, awesome. One last little announcement, you guys. This Saturday, 10:30 is going to be the last 10:30 Saturday session. We kind of announced that last weekend, but we got a little ahead of ourselves there. But so if you're signed up for 10:30 this Saturday, you're good to go. But that'll be the last one you guys see on the books there. All right, let's go.
You ready?
All right.
So.
Yes. What are we talking about today, Valencia?
So, like Coach Ariana said, we're talking about nutrition periodization. I can't speak today. But basically, especially with those of you that are off the challenge, we are probably going to irritate you a little because we have to increase your calories. Now, there is a rhyme and there is a reason for it. Trust me, I know. I've been through like 5 challenges at this point or something like that. Kat, you've been through all of them, clearly. And this is your guys' second challenge.
Yes.
Every single time at the end of challenge, we bump up your calories a little. You make sure that you're getting into that maintenance phase slowly, incrementally. And that's probably the number one thing we hear after the challenge is, why are you gonna touch my calories?
Mm-hmm.
I did all this progress, why are we gonna go back? I came from this number, why would I go back to where I started? But it's not as simple as just like, oh, we're gonna cut down and lose as much weight as we can, or like optimally as much as we can for 6 weeks, and then we're just gonna bring it right back in, and so you can like start from scratch. There's like a really big rhyme or reason for that. And essentially the goal is to jump you from one phase to another through what we're calling a transition phase, all right? So the basic thing that we need to know here is that when you're cutting weight, you're in a calorie deficit, which means that you are eating less than your body needs to maintain the current amount of weight it is. Once we finish a deficit, because you should not do that forever, because then you're going to end up with 0 calories per day. That's not exactly fun. But once you're done with whatever period of time the deficit is, in this case, let's say 6 weeks, then you don't just stick with that deficit, because then your body gets really used to that amount of calories, and then the next step for fat loss is to cut those calories. And let's say that all of a sudden you went from eating 1,600 to 1,400, and you stayed there, like, I should really start. But yes, so then exactly on that point, then it's like instead of going from 1,600 again, come the next challenge, or comes the next time we cut, then we're starting from 14, and then we cut down to 12, and then we have to cut down by 200 to make some progress from 1,000 and 8, da 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 da. So it's not about like from one to the next, it's about like longevity, all of it. And there's a whole ton of like research and science that goes behind that. That's also like a loose thing to always say, but it's what helps get the best results. And you can ask people that have been on multiple challenges. I've done multiple of like a lot of great progress. That maintenance phase does a lot for them. Now, Kat, as our most veteran person here, I would, if you have any experiences or anything like that you like to talk about, especially when it comes to clients.
Yeah, I mean, when clients join the challenges, and they are always like surprised by how many calories we have them eating, because they feel like it's a lot. Because before they joined us and joined our challenges, they're so used to like these crazy low calorie diets that are like crash diets, where like yes, they get great results, but then it's very hard to maintain what they're doing, and they end up like binging because they're miserable and they're starving, and then they end up regaining everything and then some, and then they're just like stuck in this just like roller coaster ride of trying to lose weight. But then when they do our challenges and they do it the right way, where it's set up for like a lifestyle and longevity, like Coach Valencia was saying, they realize like, oh, okay, like I can actually keep doing this and keep the weight off, and that's what we want for you guys, and that's what you guys want, and that's what a lot of people see who stick to the plan, who follow the plan and stick to the plan, is they get great results during the challenge, and then even once they start eating a little bit more, they're able to still keep those results, which is like the main thing, and that's been everybody's like main struggle, is keeping the results, because people like, we don't have like a problem losing weight, like even just in general as like a country, like we can lose weight very quickly. We have a problem keeping it off, and if you guys follow the nutritional periodization, it's going to help you keep it off, and then when you go back to another fat loss phase, then again it's going to like speed up your progress, and then you maintain, and then you go and you keep doing that, and it's a much like smoother ride versus like the crazy ups and downs. So that's the main thing, is like you're able to keep the results that you worked so hard for, and that's huge, because that's what a lot of people were missing before they joined boot camp, you know. So yeah, that's why I get excited about it, because it's just like you guys make all this progress and you're able to keep it off, and you keep it, you know. Yeah, like we've had challenger or clients that have been with us since the beginning, and they just keep making progress. It's like it's steady, and sometimes it's slow. Sometimes they go through these phases where like it speeds up, but they're not like finding themselves back at square one where they started from, and that's like the best thing.
I think one thing I want to add on top of that is like the timing of everything as well, like how long it takes to get to X result or anything like that. Because I think that's also another thing that comes into mind, is like, oh, why would I bump on my calories if I want to make even more progress and go even further in it, because I want to get to this, X amount of weight, or lose X amount of inches, or be, whatever body fat percentage in as short of an amount of time as possible. Which is like, cool, that's a nice goal to have, but you got to keep in mind the ratio of like how your life has gone. That's a question that I always like to ask. It's like, okay, we have, let's say, 6 weeks to work on something to get you to wherever you want to go, like your dream body composition goal. But how long of our life did we spend not doing any of that? How long of our life did we spend not counting our calories, not thinking about our food choices, not getting sleep, eating, good food, like eating out, like all that stuff, like compounds. Like if we're talking about like years of it, and then we want to make all that progress in 6 weeks, like you're gonna be a little bit more discouraged. So when it comes to the way that we go about like the nutrition periodization, take advantage of it. Like use it to the best that it can. If you have a little bit of a calorie, if you have a little bit more to eat in that plate, like enjoy that food. And of course, like Coach Kat said, I think that's one of the coolest things that I've seen since starting to work here. Like when I first started, was when we hopped on the challenge and I decided some calories. I'm like, whoa, this is a ton of food. And he's like, what do you mean? Like it's not a ton of food. Like it's a good amount. But then you realize like, oh, when you're having more nutrient dense food, and you're eating a higher volume of food, or like a higher amount of food. And I think another thing is like when Kat was talking about people that are on, just low calorie diets, like low calorie diets for the sake of just staying as minimal as possible with your calories, like trying to be under 1,100 calories is not a great idea. But having like low calorie, nutrition dense food is a whole different story. Sean, that's like your wheelhouse.
Yeah, so actually that's a great lead point into kind of like where my mind went right away, because like Coach Valencia was saying, you guys have goals, and you want to keep heading in the direction that you're heading, and you don't want to feel like you're taking steps backwards. And so when we're starting to add in 100 calories every 2 weeks for the next 10 weeks, it's going to feel number-wise like a lot of food. But once you lay out whatever your calorie goal, let's say it's 1,600 calories, and you add on 100 calories for these 2 weeks that we're just rolling into now, you lay out those 1,700 calories in front of you. Realistically, it's not that much food. I understand that when you go from eating, eat less foods to eat more foods, it sits different. It feels weird. You feel kind of bloated. You're drinking a ton of water. All of those things are going to take time for your body to adjust. So I feel like it's more of a take it one day at a time. Like, what can I do today to get a little bit closer to my calorie goal? And for those of you who are thinking, if I eat these calories, isn't my weight going to go back up? That's the beauty of nutrition, is it's really complex in the way that we can use it to our advantage, right? So if you're eating a lot of eat less foods, it's going to be a really, really hard time for you to lose that weight. It might even put you at a disadvantage when you're heading into the periodization phase if you're eating a lot of those eat less foods. But if you're in that mindset, I want progress, even in that periodization phase when I'm adding back calories into my diet, you have an opportunity to eat more foods. And by eat more, I'm referencing the meal builder guide here. And you can actually still maintain your progress and still cut a little bit at a time by eating healthy. That way you have that fat loss phase where you knock out whatever it is, like 10, 15 pounds. And then over the next 10 weeks, maybe it's half a pound a week. And then you get a little bit closer, that's 5 pounds. Right before you know it, we're rolling right into that next challenge. But your body's prepared, it's fueled, it's ready to go. You have all the nutrients you need to get after that fat loss phase and go into a healthy caloric deficit. And then you're gonna see those results again, 10, 15 pounds. And that's over a sequence of 6, 12, 22 weeks, right? If you do 10 to 15 pounds in both fat loss phases, you're looking at 20 to 30 pounds there. And then in that 10 transition, maintenance phase, nutritional periodization, you're looking around 5 pounds. So overall, your progress is not stopping, it's not hindering. There's just different ways to play the game when we're in different phases of our nutrition and our fat loss and periodization.
So just take that bit and just save it, and you'll probably be set for the rest of your life.
Thank you for that shot. I love it.
I think we're done here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man. One thing with that too, you guys, something really, really important to keep in mind as you're going through your transition phase is you have to keep up with your physical activity.
Yes.
Okay, because yes, you are increasing your calories a little bit. So if you increase your calories and you start cutting back on your workouts, then okay, we might not get the progress that we want you to. But if you again stick to the plan, keep up with your workouts on top of increasing your calories, and you will be fine. Okay, but that's just really, really important that we keep up with our exercise. Right?
I think a big word that we constantly were saying to all of our challengers was sustainability. And to me, the challenge in a lot of people's minds might have started off, especially if it's your first challenge, is okay, just 6 weeks of crash dieting, you might think, and oh, we're gonna see all these results and then it's over after that, and I can take a break. But in my mind, the challenge was a lot different. The challenge was about teaching you guys how to live your life very differently. And a lot of you, I think, the reason the calories seem so much is because you're not used to eating throughout your day. You don't know how to spread out your calories or maybe eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know I was like that before, and it's super difficult for me to eat because I would literally eat once a day. I used to eat just a big old meal at the end of the day, which is super not healthy for you. It's like trying to drink your gallon of water at the end of the night. It's just not gonna happen.
Oh, that's so right. I did not miss those days.
No, so it's if you think about that, if you're just not starting early in the morning, if you're not spreading out 2,000 calories, however many calories you have, of course it's gonna be difficult. So it's you're retraining your mind and your body to be able to eat those calories, to be able to drink that water. And Coach Kat is right, if everything isn't together, if you don't have your sleep on track, your water, your workouts, your nutrition, the results just aren't going to be the same because your body needs all of it. Your body needs the recovery, it needs the hydration, it needs to be moving. So as long as we have those 6 weeks of focusing and getting on track with that, or learning, what we need to work on and continuing on, then we're set with bumping up those calories, and your body's going to react right to it. Because sometimes it's harder for people to understand why we have them at such a high calorie number, because the goal is to lose weight. But we really want to see you guys have results for forever, for a long period of time, not just have you be successful in 6 weeks and then go back to habits that are just going to get you right back to square one where you started. Because it's just a vicious cycle of being, in the same place, which I've definitely been at before, and it's just no good. So definitely take advantage of these challenges and getting on them and being a part of the program even after the transition phase, the maintenance phase, because it's really going to benefit you guys in the long run. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, I love the challenges too because, we're human beings. We can't be perfect, but if you can go all in for 6 weeks and really be on your stuff, And then like in between your challenges, like you increase your calories a little bit, you get to enjoy some of the things that you didn't enjoy during the challenge, but that you really wanted. Like I know a lot of like our clients, they'll have some pizza when they're challenged or whatever. It's like, cool, do that. And then like when the next challenge rolls around, it's like, all right, it is go time, it's time to cut, it's time to make some great progress. And then you kind of get to relax just a little bit, but you're still keeping up with your workouts. But when it comes to your nutrition, you have a little bit more flexibility. And I think that's really important because again, like we all have so many things going on and events and just good food around us, and you want to be able to enjoy it while still like maintaining your progress and making even more progress. So that's why I love that like we have challenges spread out throughout the year, because it gives you that opportunity to like go all in and then enjoy yourself, and then go all in and enjoy yourself.
I think my favorite part about the way that we set everything up is the flexibility.
Yeah.
Because you guys know how I eat. I love food. I think like that's like the way to my heart. Just eat.
Yes.
But it's like it's cool because if the majority of my day is like perfectly fine and like inside of the like borders of like my healthy eating and like the way that I want to do things, that way I can make progress, cool. So then like the other 80% can be like, oh, kind of like whatever I want, but like being guilt free, of course. And like that's the cool part about flexibility. A lot of other, I'd say, diet plans or like fitness programs or something like that are just kind of like, hey, like eat these 8 different things, or like this like laundry list of food, and if you break it, you're not gonna do good. Like if you take even 1 foot outside of there, everything's gonna go bad. You fail. It's like no. I have a tradition of every single weekend to go and get donuts for my family. I like doing that. I enjoy them. I eat the majority of them, but I set myself up to do that. But it's like it's cool because you're able to go out and do those things. I know that like I love that part so much because it's like that guilt portion of it always irritated me in the fitness industry, where it's like, oh, I feel guilty because I had like the cheeseburger. I felt guilty because I had a slice of pizza. Pizza's bad. And also now when I go to like anything with my friends or stuff like that, they'll come up to me and be like, hey, use my first name, but I'm gonna call myself Valencia because that was almost weird. They're like, hey, like Valencia, I had a piece of pizza. And it's like, oh, now I just don't feel good. And it's like you're always on it. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Not the end of the world. Calm down. It's okay. Enjoy food. That is what it is there for. It is fuel and enjoyment. Yes. And that I just love that so much.
Yes. Awesome. And you guys remember that like you need food. Like don't be afraid to eat. Like fuel yourselves up. Especially you guys are working out at boot camp. Like you guys are lifting weights. You guys are pushing your bodies to like to the extreme. Like you need to fuel up. You need that good energy source to keep you and your muscles going. So like don't be afraid to eat. To go up.
I have a question for I guess all of you guys. Yeah. Do you guys ever like coach or go throughout the day and you feel really tired and you just realize you're like hungry or want to eat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Like that's also another thing. Like it reminded me because you said fuel. Like sometimes, because I have a tendency of not eating breakfast first thing in the morning because I have to wake up earlier and go to sleep way earlier as well. So I'll skip out on breakfast before the 4 a.m. sessions or the 5 a.m. sessions. Before the 5 a.m. sessions, but I'll eat between my break because I need to. Because I know if I don't eat, then I'm gonna feel really tired like throughout the day. Even if I just have like a snack or something like that. Like food is fuel.
Yes.
Like if you're just chipping away as much as possible, like you're not fueling your body to do what it wants to do, what it needs to do.
If I'm coaching in the afternoon, like I get home, I'm hangry. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need food now. Like don't even
Don't
don't
talk to me.
talk to me. Like I just give me something to eat and then we can talk. Like,
I go home.
That's how I feel.
I go home and I'm like, hey, did you guys make anything? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. And
Like,
then
if
just,
I-
I have to like turn off.
If
like,
I get home and
speak.
Sergio's still making dinner, I'm like, why is the food not ready? Like give me something. Give me a snack or something.
I'm gonna pause right there. That is the importance of meal planning and meal planning. Right there. That moment of like,
Yes.
oh, I'm
Yes.
so hungry right now. In that state of mind, just like going to the grocery store super hungry is not a good place to be, because those eyes are much better than your mind. It's gonna take you directly to the cookies, the peanut butter,
Oh, yes.
all the breads,
Oh,
everything
so
that you guys have been like, no, I'm gonna stay on
So
this.
everything I did yesterday?
Yes. But more seriously, so you guys have spent a lot of time developing, pushing yourselves through obstacles and challenges that you've had with, the healthy habits and especially meal prepping. It is not easy, but honestly, that's what makes it worth it, right? Being able to come home right after work and you're starving, you're hungry, pop it in the microwave, shut it, 2 minutes later, boom. And I guarantee you, I don't know, I'm gonna guarantee it for myself, I'm not gonna guarantee anything for you guys, but right after I eat that food, any craving I have, gone.
Yeah.
I just don't have it because my body has all the nutrients it needs. So my mind and my eyes aren't taking me to places where I think, oh, that'll be quick, I'll feel good after I eat that. So I think that's the importance right there. And I think as coaches too, like it's not easy. Like it's something that we, all struggle with, and it's something that like you have to try to do your best to be consistent with day in and day out. Last Saturday, I went to work out with Coach Gus in the morning, and then we came in to run the sessions. I did not plan my food accordingly, and I was starving. It felt like I could barely even think. By the end of the sessions, it was like, I don't care, I'm leaving, I'm going to get food. Like that was the only thing on my mind. Not a shower, not picking up my stuff from the studio, taking it with me, none of that mattered. It was just about getting food. So I think that's really important that you guys
Mom's the truth.
that you guys like skip with it the best that you can with your meal prepping. So keep on it. If you've got a routine, keep pushing.
I will
through
say that,
routine.
yeah, like we've done a better job of like prepping our dinners, and it makes the world of a difference. Like I could just get home, it's already warmed up, and it's just like ready to go.
You'll just be more successful. And that's why the challenges aren't like just about the results. It's like, that's why we have the questions on the progress report. What's your stress level like? Do you feel more energized? Because if you do have all those habits getting done, you're going to see a lot more than just numbers and inches going down. You're going to see that you have more energy. And if you're meal prepping, you're feeling good throughout your day. You're not exhausted in the morning. You're not like taxed at night. You feel good and you feel energized throughout your day. So I completely get what they mean, because before in the morning sessions, like now I have to eat at 4 in the morning because I feel like now that I'm so active throughout the day, I do get hungry, and your body needs that like extra push. It needs to be able to keep up with what you're willing to give. So yeah.
And that's where those protein shakes come in too.
Yes.
Those help me out a lot, because sometimes like even when I eat, I'm just like, I'm not satisfied. I just want to keep eating. But I felt like if I have especially after a workout or again like coaching sessions, like have a protein shake, it's got something in my system, and then when I go to eat my meal a little bit later, then I'm actually like, okay, I'm good, I'm satisfied, because I didn't let myself just starve until I got to dinner, because then at that point it's like nothing I eat satisfies me.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is technically off topic, but what's your guys' favorite go-to snack?
Ooh.
I mean,
What?
mixed nuts have always been my go-to snack. I just really enjoy eating them. So I know, not fun, but that's what it is. Like a protein shake and nuts, like that's my go-to. Yeah.
I wish I could just eat fruit. Like I feel like I could eat a whole bowl of fruit sometimes, just because I meal prep like huge amounts of fruit, and sometimes I just feel like I could eat the whole thing. I just love fruit so much.
Only one way to find out.
I can do it, yeah. Trust me, I can do it.
Yes. What about you, Sean? I know you're not much of a snacker. What's your favorite snack?
So what I use to keep me alive in between having my meal prep is Greek yogurt with protein, the protein 1 bars, pistachios, beef jerky. So I keep all of my like snacks protein based, because that's just what works for me, and that's what makes me feel full and energized, is having that protein in my system basically as often as I can.
What about you,
I
Lance?
realized very quickly that snacks are basically a meal for me.
Yeah.
What do you consider a snack?
What do you guys consider a snack?
We just said.
Anywhere from 2 to 500 calories.
Oh, shut up. 500
Right.
calories? No, usually like beef jerky is my go-to, preferably the pepper kind. Anything spicy, I love spicy. I love to make Sean try to eat spicy. It doesn't go well very much of the time.
It's good.
It's great.
But I sweat.
I love your eyes.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Out of my eyes.
Yeah. But beef jerky is definitely a go-to. Protein bars are a go-to. They're not my like top favorite too. Those are like my last resort kind of ones. It's like a protein bar. Mostly like a meal replacement bar almost. I'm not much of a mixed nut person. Like, even though I try to, like, I can't get into it. Rice cakes are great.
Yeah.
One of the things I do is like I get rice cakes. I get like the everything rice cake I put blackberries, blueberries, peanut butter on it, and then I'll just
with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's like my go-to. That's like my staple go-to snack. It's like a rice cake, not the caramel one. Those are my least favorite ones.
I love those.
You know what I love making as a protein shake? I'll put almond milk and then I'll put a spoonful of like nutty peanut butter in my protein and shake it up, and it just like it tastes so good. So you like the crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy peanut butter all the way.
Yes.
Crunchy peanut. This
Who's
might be
creamy
controversial.
peanut butter? You guys, I don't know. You do?
No way.
He got scared.
Sean, remember, there are no wrong answers, but that one was a wrong answer.
That was,
Really
yeah, that was
wrong.
wrong. You guys crunchy or creamy? No. Oh man.
Honestly though, I need some support.
Hey, Fit Fam, anybody watching you guys, if you did the challenge, can you please let us know your experience? Like, drop in the comments how you
Yes.
guys felt with the challenge. Let us know. And hi to everyone.
Yes.
What? Santi? Come
Yes.
on. Creamy.
What?
What?
She
All right.
said creamy.
I'm gonna remember that.
Alright.
We gotta
I
talk.
I don't know, I try it and I'm just like, it's just not the
It's
same.
not the same.
Like the flavors there, but you don't get that, the peanut crunch. Like, it's peanut butter.
Oh.
Toast your bread.
No, you do toast the bread. Okay, what you do is you get the toaster, you put 2 slices in one slot, so the outsides are crispy, the insides are soft.
Oh my
You get the
God.
crunchy peanut butter, you put it on the inside, then you get your jelly, put it in, then you have a
Yes.
toasted
And this is why nutritional periodization is so great, because in those transition phase and maintenance phase, you get to have your PB&Js.
That's my go-to snack at night. Like, just like, I think I said that in like another episode. Like, my go-to snack at night is like
Oh, so
anywhere
good.
from 2 to 3 PB&Js.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just like to decompress at the end of the night.
Fact.
I don't know how many calories that is, because like a scoop of peanut butter is like 200 something calories.
I know,
Hey,
that's
sir.
the one bad thing about peanut butter,
Yeah,
it's high in
it's pretty
calories.
high calories.
Yeah.
It'll sneak up on you for sure.
Well, yeah, but also like for context, like my calories during race season is like 6,000. So
Oh, you're cool. You're good.
Yeah. That's why we gotta stay active, you guys, because the
Yeah.
more active you are, the more calories you get to enjoy.
That's right.
And it's not gonna like, you know, add to your waistline, it's gonna actually help you, so.
Mhm.
3 votes, Santi.
I think that's for Jesse and I believe Jocelyn as well. So
Jesse.
there's 4-2 now. So
You know. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
keep voting. I feel like they're on my side.
Oh man.
But yeah, that goes hand in hand with like the flexibility thing. Like if there's food you enjoy, there's no reason why you should like have to rip it out of your life because of being the most healthy person on the planet. Like go out and enjoy food. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But know that you're within the borders of what you set for yourself. Clearly, if you have 1,600 calories and you're just like, oh, it's the end of the day, and you're like, oh, I really want this thing, but it's gonna put you at like 2,000 calories. Like, okay, the decision isn't there. But if you plan for it for the next day, it's like, oh, I made some room for it. Oh, it's free game. Like you're good to go.
Yeah. And something else, you guys, too, really important is, during the challenges, we have you guys track your food and track your progress. Even though you technically don't have to do it anymore because you're not on a challenge, I highly, highly recommend it. It's just a great habit that's going to keep you on track. And especially if you're supposed to be increasing your calories, you want to make sure that you're eating the right amount. So keep tracking your food. And it also is a great idea to keep tracking your progress because we do want you guys to maintain your progress.
Yes.
So, that way you make sure that you're doing what you need to do. And if during is a point in time, like maybe in because there's a 10-week period, right, in our transition phase, like maybe like around week 6 or something, you start to notice that you're starting to gain inches. That's not what we want. So okay, I don't need to add anymore. I'm done with my transition phase. Now I'm just gonna maintain. So really important that you guys keep tracking your progress, keep tracking your food, even though you don't have to report it to your coach. It's for you, just like the entire challenge was for you and your goals and your progress. Keep doing that stuff because it does help and it's gonna make sure that you guys, again, follow the plan and then that way we get the results that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Cool? All right, anything else on there? No? All right. So, nobody voted for crunchy.
Any last things you guys want to say?
Everybody looked at me right there.
You said it.
Anything you want to say already?
I mean, hey, just keep on yourself, be ready. The theme of the week is plan, so make sure that you guys are setting yourselves up, planning, and keep on going, because I've been saying it all 2 days so far this week that even though the challenge is over, everything is just beginning. The hard work is really going to start. So make sure that you guys are consistent and keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes, keep yourself accountable, keep yourself on track, and most importantly, you guys, never give up.
Never.
Yes.
Never, all right? All right, Fifth Fam, I think we're good.
We're all set.
Good.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys next Wednesday, all right? Let's go, you guys, let's bring it in right here. All right, guys, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family! Later, guys.